Hi, my name's Melody Rude, and my lipedema story is amazing. It's almost unbelievable. I have my life back, basically, in essence. It is this being diagnosed and treated for lipedema has really changed my life. I'm 69, and last year this time I could barely walk. I could barely stand. I was using a cane and a wheelchair. Well, wheelchair outside when I had to go through the airport or long hallways at the doctors or whatever. And I also had in the stores, and when I wanted to go in a place like the zoo, I had to use one of those motorized cars. I bought a stair lift to put on my stairs because I couldn't go up and down stairs anymore. Standing in lines like grocery lines was just awful. I went to several doctors, different kinds of doctors, for several years. And the orthopedic doctors that I went to usually, and also general physicians, sent me to physical therapy because they didn't know what else to do. They tried what they thought were the right things and never worked, so they sent me to physical therapy. So I was in physical therapy twice a week, on and off for about 3 years. The physical therapist pointed out that my legs were very crooked. I was knock-kneed. Something was pulling my legs crooked, and he was working on that, relaxing what needed to be relaxed so my legs would straighten out again. And I just knew that soon I would be in a wheelchair because nobody had any answers for this. And it wasn't getting any better, it was getting worse. Then pain. I had constant, debilitating pain. The pain was so bad that I had to take 3 different pain medications at a time. In the morning it started out with Celebrex. Then by afternoon the pain was so bad I took ibuprofen on top of that. Then I had to take opioids in order to sleep at night. And of course, opioids are addictive, so I didn't want to take those unless I had to. Ibuprofen, I took so much of that, it gave me an ulcer, and I had to have that treated. And the other pain medicine, the Celebrex, is so darn expensive. It's a bank breaker. So I just knew that the rest of my life I would be spending in a wheelchair, taking pain medicines. And I went from doctor to doctor and said, what's going on here? Why am I in pain? Why can't I walk? Stiffness was a big issue. Last year, in 2015, I went to visit my daughter in June, who lives in Vienna, Austria. And she had been diagnosed and treated for lipedema, so she took me to her doctor who diagnosed lipedema. And also I saw a German doctor for diagnosis who also said it was lipedema. Germany, it turns out, has been treating lipedema successfully now for over 10 years, so he knew what he was doing. And both doctors said they would treat me there, and it basically is surgery. So, but both of them gave me the scheduling and everything for surgery there. However, I was heading back home to the U.S. and wanted to see if I could find something closer to home. Well, with my research, I discovered that there basically, at that time, a year ago, there were only 2 places that diagnosed lipedema, knew about it, and could treat it. One was a facility in New York City, and the other was Dr. Amron in LA. So I chose to go to Dr. Amron, and that was such a good decision. It was wonderful. He has been treating lipedema for years. He knows all about it. He has the right procedures to treat it, to do the surgeries necessary. His facilities are wonderful, and the people that work with him and around him are also great. He's a very caring doctor who really wants to help his patients. Last summer in July, I had my first lipedema surgery, which was my thighs. And I can tell you that the very next day, when I first got up, or right after the surgery, when I first started getting up, I had no more pain. Since then, it's been almost a year, no pain. I have not had to take any pain medicines at all. Once in a while an ibuprofen, but other than that, the pain is gone. I was told, because I'm curious and I wanted to know why it was causing pain, I was told that this lipedema fatty tissue kind of grows out of control, and it starts cutting off the circulation in your legs and also the lymphatic drainage in your legs. And if that's true, then that must have been causing the pain, because as soon as that was taken out, that tissue, the pain was relieved, and it was wonderful. So a few months later, I had a second surgery on my legs, on my lower legs, and there it was found out that a lot of that tissue, fatty tissue, lipedema tissue, had turned fibrous and was causing stiffness in my legs. So that was removed very successfully. And now it's been 3 or 4 months since that was done, and I have to tell you, I have a brand new life. I have my life back. It's like standing up from the dead and saying, okay, you get another chance at life, because I can walk like a normal person now. First of all, I've been out of pain for almost a year, and I also can walk like a normal person now. I take occasionally, well, a couple times a week, I take a 2-mile walk again, which I couldn't for the last several years. I enjoy shopping now and doing things like going to the zoo, and I can walk through the airport myself. I don't need a wheelchair. So it has really, really changed my life, being diagnosed with lipedema and having it treated. So I would really encourage the insurance industries and the doctors and anyone who thinks they may have lipedema to please be aware that this is really a disease, a debilitating disease, and it needs to be recognized and treated. So that's my story. Thank you.